Hello, 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 and welcome to Trevor's Wild Endeavors. So happy to have y'all. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be my central blog spot for my upcoming Appalachian Trail thru hike this year, 2018. I'm going to be using this channel as a way to, this will be kind of like my diary, like a little video check-in. I am not trying to become YouTube famous. If I get some notoriety, fantastic. But for the most part, this is kind of just a way for me to be open with y'all, let you know how I'm feeling, give you little mini updates as to where I am. Might post like little videos of hiking every now and again, but for the most part, expect kind of an intimate setting like this, right? Man, where to begin? I'm gonna try and keep these short. Looking for like 5 or 10 minutes. So when you're tuning in, just kind of expect something sort of quick and to the point. I mean, that could change. I might get kind of bored in the woods and start making longer videos, but again, I'm gonna try not to do that. So I mean, right off the bat, you know, this channel is gonna be an exercise in me learning how to be as open with you guys as I can. There's gonna be days where I'm just tired and dirty and I've been suffering and it's been raining for a week, 2 weeks on end, and I might be a little depressed and kind of run down. But for the most part, man, love and light and trying to keep it on the up and up, and I'm here to inspire y'all, and if I can't even do that, I at least want to educate you a little bit, and if I can't even do that, then, you know, hey, that guy's got a cool hat. Whatever, man. Whatever brought you here, I'm just happy that you're here. I'm Trevor of Trevor's Wild Endeavors. Thank you, everybody, for your continued love and support for my GoFundMe page. GoFundMe.com/Trevor's Wild Endeavors. I have raised a little over $600 at this point, and every dollar just means the most to me. The outpouring of love and support that I've been receiving, especially in these closing days leading up to leaving, have just it's meant everything. I leave in 24 days from today, January the 29th. I head out February the 22nd. So it's going to be good and cold when I get out there, but I'm ready. I have all my gear. I got all my money. I've spent a few nights cold testing in like 25, 28 degree weather, and I'm feeling ready. I feel very confident. I've been physically training for a year, yoga, riding my bike, just working out, rollerblading, walking the dog, walking to work if I have to, just anything to get ready. Which is funny because they say, you know, like, don't over physically prepare before you go, because give it a couple weeks and that trail's gonna whip you into shape pretty good, you know what I mean? So my current status, if you know, as far as giving you an update goes, I have $5,000 in the bank. That's a little under $1,000 for all 5 to 6 months, each month while I'm gone. I'm looking at just under 2,200 miles of hiking in under 6 months, probably right around 6 months. That's 14 states. I'm departing from Amicalola Falls State Park. That's about an hour north of Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I'll be getting dropped off. And if all goes well, and with all the luck in the world, I'll be getting picked up in Maine at Baxter State Park. Mount Katahdin is the very end. I'm timing it in such a way that this is actually my 30th birthday present to myself. I have a very loose goal of getting to the last mountain on my 30th birthday. I just think that would be like the coolest thing in the world if I could literally descend that mountain into my 30s. You know, I can't think of a better way to do it. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm excited. I'm terrified. I'm elated. I've got 2 more weeks of working at this restaurant where I've just, you know, it's nothing special. It's just kind of been a means to an end for me. Working in the French Quarter of New Orleans is no easy feat, but dear Lord, the cash is there if you got the work ethic. In the last 2-3 years, I have been a barista, I've been a janitor, I've worked at a factory, I've been a bar back, a bartender, I've been serving tables, I was unemployed for a couple months, and in that time I've done 80+ hour work weeks, 7 days a week. My whole intention with this thing was to feel like I had very much earned it for myself. You know, I'm taking donations, and I'll have that open for the duration of my trip. If you want to support me while I'm gone, you know, be my trail angel, please. Put me up in a hotel room for a night. Get me a nice steak dinner one night. Wink, wink. You know, everything matters. I'm going to try not to get too sidetracked. I admit that vlogging is kind of a new thing for me. But, you know, I think I'll get better as we go, so please just bear with me, everybody. At this point, my whole life fits into a 5x5 foot storage unit. I've gotten rid of all my furniture. I gave away my bed, couches, chairs, TVs, tables. If it's not of vital importance to my life, I have purged it. Purged it pretty well. At this point, I live out of a suitcase. I have been living out of a suitcase for 2 weeks, and I'll live out of a suitcase for the next 3 weeks until I begin living out of a backpack for about 6 months. I got a roommate moving in. We have a lease until June, so he's here and he's going to cover the last few months of my lease. Big shout out to my brother Jonah. Thanks for helping me out, man. It means a lot, and I'm happy that everybody's kind of getting something out of this deal. Taxes are done. Did that the day I got my W-2. I need that money. I have all my gear purchased, and you know, that's kind of where I stand at this point. I got one more order coming in from Amazon, and just like extra batteries, water filters, finishing up the final touches on my medical kit and first aid. Just kind of wrapping things up at this point. So, you know, like I said, trying to keep these short, so I'm going to make my way off this video here. But, I mean, tune in next time. The next video I post, I'm going to be doing like a little gear rundown. If you guys have been following Trevor's Wild Endeavors on Instagram or Facebook over the last year or so, you know I've been doing a weekly gear item of the week, where I've been going item by item, doing a tech rundown, listing all the features, providing like 2 or 3 paragraphs kind of explaining my thinking with every single thing in my pack. I've spared no expense. On top of that $5 grand in the bank, I have invested nearly $3 grand in my pack. But the technology these days is just crazy. The days of taking a 40, 50-pound army rucksack, they're over, man. I mean, you can torture yourself that way if you want to, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own style. You know, when you're buying all this gear, it's kind of like you're making a real life like RPG character. You know, like you're putting skills in here. What do you want to have to do this and that and that? And I decided that I wanted to go as light as possible. So that $3 grand has bought me about a 17-pound base weight without food and water, which isn't quite ultra light, but it's pretty minimal, and it's pretty freaking lightweight compared to a lot of the stuff that's out there. So, you know, we'll go over all that. And again, love and light, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Trevor's Wild Endeavors will be active for the next 5 to 6 months, like I said. So, you know, tune in, subscribe. What do they say on YouTube? Click the subscribe button, and then I find a way to edit it so that it's like right here on my finger. I probably won't figure that out, but it would be cool if I did. I love all of you guys. To my family and friends back home, y'all know who you are. I miss you every single day of my life. All the guys in the band, everybody I played with, all the people that have just stayed in contact, shown me just unwavering support in what is more or less one of the craziest things I've ever done with my entire life. You don't do something like this if you don't have a little spark of crazy. You know what I mean? To quote Robin Williams, you gotta hang on to that spark. You gotta go full tilt bozo. I suppose that's what I'm doing for the next 2,200 miles. Love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Trevor's Wild Endeavors. Out.